Hey everybody, RaidenPhotos back at it again with another Photoshop tutorial. And today I'm bringing you another cool thing that I found recently, and a little ashamed that I found it recently because I should have known about this a long time ago. Would have saved me a lot of trouble. It's called Content-Aware Fill. You know when you have little distracting things in a photo, kind of like this, or maybe this guy back here, or maybe a little something more extreme like this guy that you want to get rid of, that you don't want in your picture anymore. Normally, a lot of people know to use something like the stamp tool, you know what I mean, where you have to go through this tedious process of selecting what you want and then drawing it over. I have to sit there and go through this entire process. Probably, if you're really good at it, probably takes like 15, 20 minutes. But honestly, this is a huge, annoying pain in the butt. And depending on how much you're being paid, you really don't want to waste time on this. You have other things you want to do. So yeah, this is a pain. I don't want to do this. Let's use something quicker and a lot less painstaking. So the Content-Aware Fill, the way this is going to work is you're going to grab something like your lasso tool, because this guy is a little oddly shaped and flying through the air. Something like the rectangle is going to take up a lot of space, and the more you select, the more Photoshop has to figure out how to fill in for you. So you want to select as little as possible without getting too close to what you're trying to remove. The other thing you want to make sure is up here in the options for your lasso tool or your rectangular selection tool or rectangular marquee. I don't know why they call it that. Anyway, in the little options, you have the feathering for your selection. So you want to make sure that this is not 0. Anything but 0. You don't want to go too far because then it starts leaving behind pieces of what you selected, which is not good. So, because then it looks like a weird ghost and floating in midair behind these people, and they probably don't want that. So, I found, depending on the size of the picture, like how many pixels the picture has, you tend to want to stick to something under 2. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a really, really close-up shot, then you can feather it a little bit more. And let's see, 1.3 I think should be pretty good. And here's how you make your selection. You want to stay a little bit away from whatever it is you're trying to remove. Definitely do not make contact with what you're trying to remove, because anything you touch will be left behind, most likely. Whoop, that was a little close. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get rid of those little dirt specks so they don't look like they're getting shot at. Here. Make sure I don't touch any of the inside of the photo there. Bam. And my selection is complete. So now, I'm going to show you guys the hotkey to get to the Content-Aware Fill. Normally, people use this to fill in backgrounds and things like that, or like fill in a mask with black or 50% gray and things like that. But today, we're going to do this. It's Shift Backspace. There we go. Why is it not doing? Oh, aha, I'm up here. There we go. Wild. Okay. Shift Backspace. There we go. Should open this dialog right here. And normally, foreground color, it's going to grab green, apparently. Background color is going to grab white. Color, you can choose a color to fill things in with. Content aware is what we're interested in. You can do black, 50% gray, white, but we want content aware because we want Photoshop to decide how to get rid of this guy. Content aware. Make sure this checkbox is not selected. Sorry. Make sure this checkbox is not selected. It should be on normal blending mode, 100% opacity, and that should be blurred out or whatever. And hit OK. And boom, Photoshop does a pretty decent job of getting rid of them now. You'll notice there's a couple of areas where, Photoshop kind of mixed the lightness of this down here up into this up here. But, the world's not going to end just because of that. You can honestly just do it again. Select that one little piece right there. Shift, backspace, bam, gone. Now, if you don't like this area right here, using shift back, using the Contentaware Fill isn't really gonna do too much of a good job of fixing that because Photoshop thinks it's good as is. So it's just gonna redo it in another weird way. This is where I would use the stamp tool because it's less work. I don't have to remove an entire human body. I just need to change the color from light to dark and make it fit in with the rest of this. Heck, I could even grab some from this side and just stamp it over to this side and mask it in. And things like that that you could learn in another video that I'm not going to do right now. Haha. Anyway, let's use this for something a little more high-end. Let's try on this photo. If you wanted to remove slightly distracting elements from something like this, the easiest thing to do first is figure out what's distracting about the photo. So let's use our quick little trick here. If you flip a photo upside down, the human brain starts kind of like pointing out new things right away. And the first thing that sticks out is this weird little panel. It might be a button or a doorbell or something, but my eye goes straight to it. So open up a new layer here. Nice. Oh, hey, we're already on green. Grab a nice bright color and my brush tool. And just circle that right there on the new layer. Make a little markup. These guys got to go. Sorry, Waldo. Goodbye. Bam. What else is there? Aha! This crack right here. Bam. I don't like that. And that's about it for now. If something really distracting about the picture, you can hit escape on your keyboard. It will rotate things right back as long as you use your rotate tool to rotate. If not, then you'll have to, right click and flip it and do that whole thing like you did. Anyway, so these are our distracting things in the photo. We're going to get rid of them using Contentaware Fill. So this time, since this is kind of square, I'm not going to bother using the lasso tool because less work, more fun. So I'm going to select this right here, shift backspace, make sure all the dialogue is correct. So content aware, color adaptation, no, mode normal, opacity 100, not checked, hit OK. Oh, whoops, I'm on the wrong layer. Whoop, there we go. Bam. Make sure everything's checked. And boom, Photoshop did a pretty decent job. It brought in a little bit of blue here that I don't like, so I'm just going to do it again. Bam. That. Bam. And this little line right here. Bam. So much less thinking, so much less work, so much more time. This little crack up here that I don't like, I'm going to get rid of. Shift backspace, bam. Oof, Photoshop does an amazing job with straight lines. Got to give it that. See anything else noticeable that sticks out like a Waldo, yes. You're still circled, aren't you? Goodbye. Hold on. I didn't get all of it. Still didn't get all of it. Her. Start from the bottom. No. There. Bam, shift backspace, enter, and he's gone. If you don't like that little hard line, boop, it's gone. Yay. Speed, efficiency, and pretty decent results. So what do you guys think of the Contentaware Fill tool? Let me know in the comments how awesome it is, because it's definitely awesome. Before I go, one thing you want to avoid doing is using the Contentaware Fill on people's faces. It does very, very strange things. There's too many textures and colors and things on the human skin, so you get weird little effects like so. See that? It pulled in color from the hair, from different lights and darks in her skin. It went crazy. Now it looks like she has a horrible burn on her face. So don't do that. Stay away from that. There's other tricks for that I think I'll go over in other videos later. But as for the results, you get all that distracting stuff that your eye pulls, and kapoof, it's gone forever. So try it out. Contentaware Fill. Shift backspace on your keyboard. Make sure all the things are checked correctly. Make sure it's set to Contentaware Fill. Hit enter and watch Photoshop work its magic. Enjoy!